Hello everyone, this is a video response to Bear Prepper's 2 years on YouTube contest. So excited about it. She wanted us to make a recipe from foods that will store for up to 1 year. So I decided to have burritos tonight with rice. And I'm going to be making the tortillas from scratch with stuff from my food storage, as well as the rice. So here goes. To start off with tortillas, you need 2 cups of flour, which we're going to pour in here. Can you see that? And you need 1/4 cup of oil. You need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a heaping 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And you need 2/3 cup of hot water. So I'm going to go over here and get my hot water. Let it get good and hot. Just hot water to tap hot. Don't boil it or anything. Now we're going to mix it up till it's well mixed, but we don't want to mix too much because you don't want to activate your gluten too much in this because we're making tortillas. So I will pause here and bring it back when I got it mixed. Okay, here we are. Here's the dough. It needs to be a fairly soft, sticky dough. You don't want it too soft, of course, but that's just about perfect. And we will cover that with a wet cloth. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes. So we're going to uncover the dough. Pick up our dough, and just like you do when you're doing rolls, you're going to squeeze off an amount and roll it in your hand. Make it into a little ball. This is maybe a little bit bigger than a golf ball, about a golf ball size. And depending, of course, on how big you want the tortilla, that's how big you're going to make your balls. So we're going to do this. We're going to do all of them until we've used up all our dough, and I'm just making a few, about 9 balls. And we're going to put our wet cloth back over that and let it rest for another 15 minutes. And I will bring you back when it's ready. Okay, welcome back. It has been about 15 minutes, so we're ready to make our tortillas. I'm going to remove the wet cloth and start making our tortillas. Now I'm going to have to set the camera down because I need both hands to do this. Let's get started. First, we're going to put some flour out here, of course. Quite a bit of flour, I guess. Don't really need that much, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to take our little tortilla ball and roll it up. And we're going to start rolling. Flour our rolling pin. Always start in the middle when you're rolling and roll to the outside. Flip, roll, roll. It helps to kind of keep them kind of round. They're never perfectly round, but and then when you get thin enough, you can just, but always start from the middle. You want to get these really thin, like almost paper thin, and flip. I'm just going to do one. Now what we'll do is I will take it and put it on a griddle. I will take the tortilla, place it on there, and then bring you over so you can watch it. Okay, you can kind of tell when it's ready to be turned because little bubbles will appear kind of like pancakes. So we'll just sit here and wait a minute or so for that to happen. Hopefully it happens very quickly. Oh, look at those bubbles. They're really coming on now. Okay. Now you do the same thing for the other side. And what I usually do is when I'm done with this, because you don't want to cook them too long because you want to be able to roll them for a burrito. But when I'm done with this, then I'll scorch them a little bit straight on top of the flame to get a little bit of that brownness. And voila, we have a tortilla. Now, to show you what I was talking about. Okay, I will usually just take the tortilla and put it straight onto the flame. Grab a pair of tongs and flip it. And there's my tortilla. Ready to eat. And that is how I make tortillas. Now I will finish these up and get them ready and bring you back when it is time to make the rice. And while I'm doing this, I thought I would explain that I don't use a tortilla prep. I had one and I gave it away. I kind of like doing things hands-on, so I've just gotten used to doing it this way. Okay, as you can see, all the tortillas are done, and now it's time to start the rice. Now I'm going to cook the rice in this pan, and I'm going to put a little bit of oil on there in the pan, just a little bit, and then I'm going to pour the rice in and let it cook until it turns golden brown. Let's see if you can see this. Okay, that looks about right. Now, I hope that lens isn't fogging up on you guys. Now we're just going to stir this up and let it cook. And I will bring you back in a minute. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but it has now gotten to a light golden brown, just about the color I want it to be. And we're going to start adding our other ingredients. I'm going to add a can of diced tomatoes with chilies from my food storage. And we're going to add a jar of tomato juice that I canned last year. We can get it open one-handed. Oh, there it is. And a little more water. Then we're going to add a pinch of my dehydrated ground jalapenos, a big pinch. Can you see that? My camera doesn't want to focus in too well. Plus the seam. And a very small pinch of cayenne pepper. Dehydrated ground cayenne pepper that I stored. That stuff is so good, just smelling it makes your eyes water. Okay, we're going to add about a quarter of a teaspoon of garlic. Minced garlic. And we're going to stir that up. Let it come to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. And that will be our rice. Now, about the only thing in this whole meal that is not going to be from food storage for a year is my ground beef. And I have kept meat for up to a year in the freezer if it's packaged properly, but hamburger never hangs around long enough for that. So, yeah, I've only had it for a month or so. But everything else is from my food storage. Food that I've had for over a year and that will store for over a year. Okay, we'll be back when this is done. Okay, we're back. And the rice is done. Isn't that beautiful? It works out perfectly every time. And we are just about ready for dinner. Can you see that? I know a lot of people just like tomato sauce or tomato juice in their rice. But I think rice looks like little maggots. So if I'm going to eat it, I need something else in there. So I always put tomatoes and peppers if I have them in there to give it some color so it doesn't look like a plate of little maggots. Anyway, that's my video for Bear Preppers Contest. I'm so excited about it. And good luck to all the entrants.